Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. This time I have a bit of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action going on here. This is from Super 7 Ultimate Foot Soldier. This is an older figure that's been out, I think, since 2022. So it's about a little over 2 years old now at this point. I got this on sale. This normally retails, I think, for around $49.99, just like all the other Super 7 figures do. I got this for around 37 bucks, I want to say. So certainly waited for a sale. I had never had a foot soldier from the original Playmates line, so certainly wanted to add one to the collection here. As you could see, here he is out of the box. But of course, just want to give a mention to the awesome job that they do with the packaging on these figures. Again, awesome embossed logo here with the foot soldier head, the name down here, and this nice purple packaging here that goes along with it. Of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Okay, so now let's concentrate on Foot Soldier here. You do get a bunch of accessories with this guy, which is kind of cool. So starting off right off the bat, just like all the other Super 7 figures, you are going to get a ton of hands. You've got hands for punching. You've got hands to hold the different guns that he comes with. So he's got some kind of trigger figure action, so you get a couple of those. Same thing here with this one. You can also, you guys, use this as a pointy hand if you wanted to, and then a couple of just flat hands here that you can do. That's in addition to the hands, of course, he comes with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pairs of hands that you get with this guy. Additionally, you get a couple of really cool weapons. You get this mace with I guess this little flail attachment on the top, and this is all plastic. It's soft rubber, all painted in black with some dark gray details. So, and he can hold that there. So that's one weapon. Next thing is this really cool, I guess I'm gonna call it like a shock stick or whatever you want to call it. You got this really sharp edges here, and then you got the little strap there that he can use that to hold the weapon himself, and then you've got the handle here as well. So really cool that you get that. You of course have to get a gun. So this is a little ray gun, machine gun, all painted in like some plain gray with some additional silver detailing. I don't know if you guys could see that. Not too crazy, but again, it's done just well enough, I think, for this type of figure. You get also a handgun or a ray gun. So again, it's got some cool little details there. Nothing too crazy, all done in this gray. And you get a knife here. So this is very similar to the knife that came with Rocksteady and Bebop, about the same size. You got the silver blade there, serrated blade, and you've got the gray handle. And lastly, you get 2 ninja stars, which I think all these figures have come with a variety of ninja stars in the past. I think Raphael specifically came with some ninja stars, so nothing much. So that's it for the weapons. And then of course, for this one at least, we do get a weapon rack. So again, this is to taking it back to the original Playmate figures, where some of them had this cool plastic weapon rack that they came with. So again, all the weapons I just showed you, you get them just painted over in this gray plastic. So that's something you get with this figure. Now on to the foot soldier here. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, I did not have the original Playmate, so I really don't have anything to compare it to in this case. But right off the bat, I'm liking the way this guy looks. Again, you've got the cartoon colors, right, with the purple hood and headpiece or shoulder piece here with the gray, and then the blue pants. Black boots with the purple bottom shoes. Sorry, the black wrappings on the boots, if you want to call it that. Then you've got these oversized, whatever you want to call them, arm covers, forearm covers. They're pretty long and big. And they've got his purple hands there. So he definitely looks pretty cool. I love the way the paint job they've done it here with the foot on the forehead and then the yellow eyes. Definitely very toy-like, which in turn is pretty reminiscent of the cartoon. So here's the back. Articulation wise, I'm happy to report that this guy is not loose. A lot of my Super 7 TMNT figures unfortunately suffer from a lot of loose joints. In this case, you guys could see this guy could stand in this pose pretty well. And one of the things they've done is obviously, if you compare this to the older figures, is that these guys have a lot more articulation. So the head can move fully around. He can look up, he can look down, he can look up, just about that much. And then you can then take the joints. They are a little stiff, but are rather stiff than loose, because then at least they can hold a pose and hold weapons. You got bicep articulation. You got your elbow there, you know, just about 90. The hands do rotate, and they're also on additional joints here that you can move up and down. Mine, again, are a little stiff, so just trying to be a little careful without breaking anything. And again, really cool. And then you could also turn this here. So really cool. And then the waist here, he's got his waist articulation there. He can kick back, kick forward. This whole skirt piece here is made out of soft rubber to allow you to move the legs up. And then the knees, again, you can straighten them out, but you've got just about 90, I would say, on the legs. And then you've got this extra joint here on the knees. And you can also turn it here by the calves, or the you know, the right below the knee. There's an extra joint there. You've got your ankle articulation, so you can move up and down, and you can move it slightly side to side. So if you wanted to, the original figure was, they always stood very like, at least in the cartoon, right? Like almost like a gorilla, I want to say. But if you wanted to, you could stand this figure up pretty tall. So straight up and down, he has sort of like a good height. This looks a little unnatural to me, so when I place mine in my collection, I'll more than likely have him sort of a little bit, you know, to emulate what I at least used to see in the cartoons here. But you can mess around with the knees. Thankfully, as I said, the joints are nice and tight. They're not really loose, so he can definitely stand in a good pose. And there you go. You could see all the additional details there on the purple, on the uniform, but nothing too bad. So we're going to stand this guy up and do some comparisons to my other Super 7 figures, at least the ones that I have in my collection here. So we'll stand him up and give you guys a bit of a better look here. All right, so right off the bat, I had Slash sitting around, so why not? Here's a comparison to Slash. And we go there. So we'll move Slash out of the way. Then we have Scumbug. Sometimes I forget the names of all these guys. I have so many figures that it's hard to keep track of the names, but that's Scumbug. That's a more recent release from Deshare, but I think that definitely looks cool, looks apart. Move him out. Mutagen Man. Love this thing. So there you go. Mutagen Man is definitely much more bigger. It definitely fits with what's in the cartoon, from what I remember. We move him out. Then we have Baxter Stockman. And this is one of my figures where the joints are a little loose. Every once in a while, he'll take a tumble off the shelf and I'll have to pick him back up. But there you go. There's Stockman with Foot Soldier. Here is Rocksteady. Pretty massive figure in comparison here to the Foot Soldier. We'll move Rocksteady out, and then we'll bring in his buddy, Bebop. Again, Bebop is massive. Again, same thing. And that looks definitely awesome. And we'll bring in, I guess, one other figure that's more human-like to accompany him. Here is the Casey Jones. Unfortunately, my copy also has some loose joints there, but that's what they will look like together. So we'll move Casey out of the way. And lastly, here we have Mutagen Man. I do have a couple of others. I didn't take those down from my shelf. Obviously, I have all the 4 turtles from Super 7, and they look really cool together. So yeah, so that's Mutagen Man there. All right, so overall, I really do like this figure. I guess if I had to complain, it would be probably the price, right? I think a retail for $49.99, this is probably pretty overpriced, I would say. Yes, you do get a lot of accessories, you know, different hands, different weapons. You get the weapons rack, and you get that really awesome packaging. So I'm very cognizant of all the work that goes into making that. But I do think for the size of figure and how plain he is, which again fits the character really well, I think $49.99 is too much. Even the $37 that I paid for him, I think in my book, perhaps a tad too much. Maybe $29.99. I think a figure in this case would probably would be a lot better priced. Other than that, I don't really have any other complaints. Like I said, thankfully the joints on my figure are fairly tight, so I can put him in some nice poses. It doesn't feel like he's gonna take a dive off the shelf like my Baxter Stockman or like my Casey Jones do constantly. Definitely looks the part. As I said, I've never had the original foot soldier from Playmates line, so I'm really grateful to now be able to get this one from Super 7. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. If I missed anything, if you have any questions, certainly feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, again, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.